Hey, buddy.
So,
First Easleyville ride. What you think?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yep.
Excited?
Yep.
That's a lot of words.
I ain't in the mood for ham and eggs, buttermilk pancakes just go to my head. I ain't in the mood for hominy grits, but there's one way to a blues man's heart, and it's give me cornbread. Give me cornbread. Give me big ol' hunk of cornbread, butter that baby up.
Well, welcome on this trip to Easleyville, Louisiana. Population, I think it's 20, somewhere around there. Not a very big town. We got there about 7:45, met the group there at the Hatfield Country Store. And boy, before I knew it, we were jumping in the Jeeps and hauling out of there. I fed the boys some breakfast. No, it was not cornbread. He went for the buttermilk biscuit with sausage and eggs. And it was pretty darn good, I must admit. But we headed on out to the Easleyville, our Big Easley property, as we call it. This is private property that is leased by Louisiana 4x4 Club. So if this is something you think you may want to ride, check out Louisiana 4x4 Club's public page there on Facebook. And they'll put up when there's a public ride, and all you got to do is sign up for a ticket, pay your money, and come on out and join us. I know they'd be glad to have you. We've had quite a few folks out on this trail, stock-friendly trail, especially if it's been dry out. If it's wet, it can be a little more difficult, but nothing a little yank strap or a short winch can't take care of. So here we are heading out to the property, and I'm going to take you along on this ride. It's a property I've ridden many times, and it's always a fun ride. So hope you enjoy coming along with me. Providing trail leadership today was Glenn in the black TJ. He's heading off right now to take care of some ground hornets, yellow jackets, things that live in the ground that sting you a lot. We had a little incident out during the trail maintenance day. We wanted to make sure we didn't have another one. We had a two-door JL. Love the two-door JLs. Rubicon, nonetheless. My TJ on 35s. This TJ, I looked like maybe 38s, maybe 39s. Couldn't really tell there. I didn't look at the sidewall, so I'm not sure. Really nice rig, though. And then we had a two-door JK. We don't see a whole lot of two-door JKs on the trail. And we had a two-door JL and a two-door JK. Then another TJ, and then following up with the land yacht itself, the four-door JKU. Now, while Glenn was out there battling the insects, keeping his group safe like a good trail leader should, I decided it'd be a good time to air down the tires. Now, I like to drop my tires down to about 10 PSI, pull the valve, of course, stem out, let it get down to 10. When I see 10, I start putting it back in. I figure I finish about 9 pounds, maybe 8. Never had a problem with the tire unseating a bead at that pressure. Now, I'm running a 8.5 inch wide, 15 inch rim diameter wheel, and I don't know if that in combination with the 35 12.5 is what keeps it on, or I know some people haven't had as much luck as I have, but I've never had any issues losing a bead, knock on wood, but that's what I air down to.
Give me a big ol' hunk of cornbread, butter that baby up.
Now, I guess I should add I've ran many different tire brands over the years, and well, I haven't had any problems with any of them unseating. So again, I don't know, maybe it's my tire rim combo. Or maybe I'm just lucky. I'll tell you what, I'll take either. It matters not to me. Here we're heading up the trail towards the switchbacks. And now this part of the trail is kind of nice to start the trail off with because it's got a little flexy off-cambery situation, but it's nothing heavy. Something that someone who's just off-roading for the first time can really help get their feet wet. But it wasn't long before we ran into a little bit of a trail problem. There was a tree that had fallen across, and I had brought my saw with me. So jumped out the Jeep, ran up front there, and helped Glenn get the trail cleared away so we could keep on moving forward. Now, as you're coming through the switchbacks, there's a couple dips, divots, a couple little small hill climbs that come out of the ravine, and you kind of switch back and forth across and going across the ravine. Hence, the switchbacks. switchbacks lead to what us old timers call Baby Legs Ravine, and I'll tell you a little story on that when we get there. And this is Baby Legs Ravine. So, as you can tell as we're driving along this property, the grass is pretty high. The weeds, the blackberries and everything that's growing around here, completely grown over that ravine. You couldn't see it at all. It just looked like flat land. So as we're driving there, in front of me is a white TJ, and the gentleman driving, his nickname was Baby Leg. Long story. He's driving, all of a sudden his Jeep just disappears. So every time we went back out there, we were like, hey, where are you at? We're at the ravine where Baby Leg disappeared. So it became known to us old timers as Baby Legs Ravine. So after the switchbacks in Baby Legs Ravine, you get a pretty good break from anything that's really difficult until you get to the bridges, which can get some people's nerves up a good bit. And you'll probably see why here in just a minute. Now this is the bridge crossing here at Big Easley, and the first time we put a bridge across this ravine, it was essentially just a flatbed tractor trailer that we winched across and used it as a bridge. But we have since upgraded our bridge, and as you can see, a few people get a little nervous when crossing. Now, I may have fallen off one of these bridges while I was out here while I was trying to catch the group. Legend has it, it might have happened. I'll never admit to it though. So this is probably the most challenging obstacle in the back part of the property, as I would call it. This is the tree, and it's just a fallen tree, and you got to get over it. And the fun part is usually your tire's a little slick, which makes that a little more difficult than it looks. So after the bridges, we headed into the woods, and that's where you'll see this. It's Brian's Point. This is a memorial to Brian Fussell, who, unfortunately, I didn't know that well. I've ridden on a trail ride with Brian before, but don't really have any stories to share, but hopefully in the future I will. And when I do, I'll definitely share them. But until then, it is a nice memorial. You know, we all hope to inspire people through our lives and our actions in a way that would make them want to relive the memories that they've had with us. And so to see the impact that he's had on this community, that they want to put up that memorial, it's really touching. I think it's pretty awesome. Soon we were heading back across the bridge, back towards our lunch spot, and then after a quick bite to eat and just maybe a nice cold bottle of water, we were going to head towards U-Joint Hill, which is a little more challenging than these lowland woodland areas. And so here we stopped and regaled our moments of glory back on the trail. And well, my moment of not such glory when I ran into a tree, which I'll show you more about later. But just know that it's extremely frustrating. After lunch, we headed down around through a few little areas of the trail and made our way towards U-Joint Hill, which is one of the favorites, the people that come out to Easleyville. There are several that people usually know by name: U-Joint Hill, Cadillac Hill, and Magnolia Hill. Those are usually the three that ring a bell with most folks. So we're heading towards U-Joint. Now, U-Joint Hill got its name because it had a propensity to break U-joints on four-door Jeeps when they first came out. The trail was pretty steep. The four doors would get high centered on them and hit their drive shafts and snap the U-joint. Not so much problem anymore as the trails have kind of gotten worn down over the years.
The radio fell out.
Apologies for the camera work right here. Apparently the sun was hitting the lens just perfectly to create this bizarre glare. I did not know that at the time. Oh, David was working hard to get up this little section. Now, I assure you this is going uphill. I know I'm pointing my camera down the hill and you can't tell that you're actually traveling up a hill here. But it is an uphill little climb right through here. Now the U-joint area makes a figure 8, so there's a couple more hill climbs that are kind of in this complex, and so that's what we're heading towards now. here we're heading through the last few steep sections of U-joint hill, and right now, being as dry it is, this is really not very difficult. Add some moisture and the difficulty level goes up quite a bit, but enjoying it out here today, you're able to just keep it 4 low, going nice and slow. You don't have to worry about breaking anything or hitting any trees, and yeah, it's really a good day to be out in the woods here in South Louisiana. Here we're heading down into the pond area at Easleyville, and that's actually where the yellow jackets were taken care of by the trail leader earlier, so they wouldn't give us any problems as we went through that section of trail. And then to exit the pond area, we got to go up this ridge here over a car that's been buried, hence Cadillac Hill. So now that we got Cadillac Hill behind us, and today it wasn't too bad, I was able to tackle it in 4 low first, idle, not a problem at all. Last time we were out here, I was in 4 low third and was bouncing off the rev limiter to be able to get up it. So again, moisture changes that difficulty level quite a bit out here at Big Easley. But now we're heading towards the Moguls, Sexy Flexy, that area. Just a fun place to be in the shade, enjoy flexing out your rig, getting to know it if you're new to off-roading, and just really enjoying yourself. After this, we'll hit Magnolia Hill, which is a bit more of a challenge. If you haven't noticed, my kid really likes to film the tire going through mud. And because of that, we've got plenty of footage of just that. nice thing about Easleyville is it's got a few little hard obstacles in it. Nothing crazy. If it's wet, it's a little bit harder. But the trails are outstanding for folks who are really getting used to the capabilities of their Jeep. So if you've got a stock Jeep and you're in the Louisiana area, you want to join Louisiana 4x4 on a trail ride and kind of learn what your Jeep can do, this is a great trail for you to start on. This is Magnolia Hill. Now, this is an obstacle that used to be pretty much just a straight up shot, but after a few people didn't make it, maybe they're open front and rear, something like that, it has dug out a hole basically the size of about a 33-inch tire. So you're going to hit it with your front tires about there, which will kill your momentum. And then once you get your front tires over it, back tires will hit it. It will kill your momentum, and you got a nice hole where your front tires have dug in before. So Glenn is trying to find out the way around today, and he's utilizing the old rev limiter a little bit there. It's good fun. Let's watch Glenn work this and see if he can figure it out. Keep your eyes on his front tires as he goes left of the ledge. And is able to get the back tires over. Nice job, Glenn. Now it's time for the two-door JL to give it a try.
Go! Oh, you let off! Ho, ho!
So what happened with the JL here is he's actually bottoming out on a skid plate between the two ledges, which is just absolutely stealing all of his momentum.
Go. Gotta get a little bit more than that. That's all I have to do to flow. What do you have? Automatic? Let him back down here.
Again, watch the front tires. It was a little rough, but he got it up there. Well done. So I mounted my camera to the roll cage. Hopefully it stays up the entire way up. I'm going to try and get her done in one shot. We'll see how I do. Mission accomplished.
He's crazy with it.
Now the Stretch TJ that's behind me is going to try and be a little nicer on his equipment, see if he can't walk it up here. He takes a nice high left line there, and then all he's got to do is get his back tires up over the ledge. So close, very, very close. Gonna need a little more momentum. And he is up. Now it was time for Ratchet to give it a try in his four-door JKU open front and rear.
I can tell you that ain't work.
Bumper's good.
I can tell you a lot of things in life, but I can tell you that ain't work.
He tried to ride that wall, get that high left side line, but boy, it just would not hold.
You can. You just always been on it once. All right, right there. Now turn into me. Turn into me. Keep turning. Keep turning.
There he is. There it is.
Come on.
Oh, come on, rear tires.
I think this is too heavy.
Hey.
Now he could have beat on that rig and probably got up this hill, but he decided discretion was going to be the better part of valor. You know, the wheelbase being open front and rear, the weight of the rig, just, you know, gravity itself working against him. So he decided to go ahead and save it for another day. Took the bypass.
Now, why does everybody have one of those on their Jeeps? The girl fingers.
After a great day on the trails, it was time to head back home. We made our way towards the trailhead so we could air back up and get back on the road. But I needed one last thing, a little input from my co-driver.
Hey, how was your first ride at Easleyville?
It was good.
Rate it 1 to 10.
8.
8, that's pretty good. Cool.
All right, so it was a good day Jeep in the Louisiana 4x4 Club. Appreciation to Glenn for leading that trail ride. Did a good job out there, as the trail leaders always do with Louisiana 4x4 Club. Did have a little bit of a problem out there myself. I was looking back, spotting a guy over the, well, not really spotting him over the bridge, just watching to make sure he was doing fine coming across the bridge. He had full width axles and the bridge is a little narrow and I didn't want him falling off. So I was looking behind me and then I rolled forward before I looked ahead and hit a tree. And what happens when you hit a tree? Well, usually not good things. So unfortunately, I smashed my fender in right there, broke my turn signal light, and took off my KC light. So should look like that, but instead it looks like this, and this should look like that, but instead it looks like this. So the bad news is, got a little damage from a small tree. I mean, the thing was maybe 4 inches in diameter, but boy, it did a number. I think because I hit it with the bumper and it bent the tree this way, and then it kind of whipped by the bumper, and so it was like slingshot it, like pow, like that, like a bow and arrow, kind of like a bow, like drawing it back. I think that's kind of what happened there. So guess that means we'll have a fender replacement on Greddy's garage sometime soon. So we get new lights too. Okay, well. So of all the bad things that could happen on the trail, I guess that's not the worst. Not that I want to replace a fender, but you know, sometimes you got to take the good with the bad. And you know, it was a great day on the trail. I got to spend time with the kids, so it was worth it. Plus, the trail leader said he's got a fender that's black that he'd be willing to part with. So lucky day for me. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like and or subscribe. Come back, check out some more for myself. Go Greddy. Y'all have a great evening.